Hello guys, it's Chamaster100 here. Today I want to talk about a little more on X and Y. I know I made a video a few weeks ago talking about it, but today, just some final thoughts. I know it's Monday today and it comes out Saturday, and I'm going to the midnight launch, yes, but now since it's pretty close, I think it's appropriate to discuss this. This is my something that someone actually PM'd me about, and he asked, what's gonna be your team for Pokemon X or Y? I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even think of anything yet. So that kinda that was almost a bad thing, because I didn't have a team, so thank you so much. Now let me just go and make sure I have my right team, because I know some of them, but I just forgot one. So let me go to Cerebi really fast. Okay. Wait. Stupid. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Now, for starters, I'm picking Froakie because Greninja, I know a lot of people say that tongue thing sucks, but if you look closer at his face, it actually looks pretty freaking cool. So yeah. Now, so that's one Pokemon I'll be using. So, now, what else will I be using, right? I mean, that's what other people want to know. Like, what else am I going to be using? Well, so I'm going to be using the two starters I get. So, I'm going to be using Froakie, which will be a Greninja, probably. And then I'll be using him right here. I'm going to pick Bulbasaur and probably have a Venusaur. And I'll have his Mega Stone, hopefully. And then, that special Torchic the special Torchic distribution with holding the Blazikenite. Yes, I'm gonna have Blaziken on my team. Of course, you gotta have Blaziken on your team, right? If you get a free one, why not? I'm gonna have Yveltal on my team, or Yveltal. That's what I call him, Yveltal. Having him on my team, but that one, I probably have to say would be more toward the end, so I probably have to have like 3 other ones that are pretty early on. So here are the ones I came up with that'll probably be there pretty freaking early on. So far, I'm probably having, now, Fairy type's new and all, so I think I'm going to try out Sylveon at first. Don't know how that's gonna go. So Sylveon will probably be there up until Fossil Pokemon, which I'm gonna get Tyrant, and he evolves into that, he evolves into, what's his face? What's his name? Tyrantrum, I think? Something like that? Tyrantrum. So he'll be replacing Sylveon, probably pretty early on. I'll also, up until Yveltal, I will most likely be having what's his face? Pancham, which will probably evolve into a Pangoro. I'm debating on him right now whether I want to have a Pangoro or a Go-Goat. So, in the comments, can you please leave your suggestion? Which one should I have? Okay, so that's the only one I need help on. And then I'm going to have a Fletchling, which will eventually evolve into a Talonflame. So, yeah. So, my first starting off team is going to be, I'll actually line it up in order. So, okay, so number 1 will be Venusaur. This is my team I'm going to be using throughout the game pretty much. So number 1, Venusaur. Number 2, number 2, Blaziken. Number 3, Greninja. Number 4, at first, Sylveon, Talonflame. Number 5 will be either Pangoro or Go-Goat, whichever one you guys think should be there. And number 6 will at first be Sylveon, but then change over to what's it called? Tyrantrum. So yeah. And then after I beat everything, either Go-Goat or Pangoro will probably be going into a PC. Or no, actually I like them a lot. So I'm probably actually going to put my Tyrantrum in the PC. And then have Yveltal. So that's just what I have now. I probably will change it. The only ones I know for sure are Greninja, Venusaur, and Blaziken. But the other three, it depends. So yeah. Now I want to know what your guys' starters are gonna be, because now at first glance, when the first starters were revealed, a lot of people were going with Fennekin. He was the one everyone wanted. Then the other half of people who, like the other people, were probably gonna pick Froakie, so that was pretty cool. But then Chespin was pretty unpopular, sadly. So here, let me actually show you all the first evolutions again. I know you probably have seen them a million of times, but let's just show them. So this was the popular one right here. Fennekin was always the popular one, you know. People really liked it. Now, you know, Froakie, people liked Froakie still. He was still pretty cool. And then we had the unpopular one, Chespin. Sorry about the bad. Here, how bad is that? Pretty bad. But then when we had the second evolutions, I think it was safe to say that a lot of people were gonna be picking Frogadier, because I mean, look at him, he's freaking great. Now, Braixen, I don't know. There's a lot of mixed feelings on him or her. Then there was Quilladin, which was pretty much the one everyone just made fun of. Here. 1 second. Let me show you the new, well, the final evolutions and stuff. That, well, I don't know if they're confirmed or not, but here's the ones that are pretty much, I think, over the internet confirmed, but I don't know. We have Greninja here. That's the one I'm gonna have. I don't know. I really like it over the other two. Delphox, meh. I don't know. Delphox looks alright. Then we have Chestnut, which doesn't actually look that bad, to be honest. Chestnut looks pretty freaking cool. Because, I mean, I think a lot of more people are gonna pick Chestnut than originally thought, but yeah. I think mainly the girls are gonna be picking Fennekin, but I think that the majority of people are gonna be picking Froakie. That's just my look on it. So leave a comment below. Which starter will you be picking out of them? And then what about Kanto starters? Like, which one will you be picking? Squirtle, Charmander, or Bulbasaur? I'm picking Bulbasaur. Most people are gonna probably laugh at me, but you know what? That's my opinion. And I mean, there are so many jokes about poor Bulbasaur. Like if Pokemon had 3 save files, here are the starters I would have. Like, the first one said, my first file would be for Charmander, my second file would be for Squirtle, and my third file would be for my other Charmander. That's just like, I never really liked that one, because, I mean, it is kind of funny, but like, poor Bulbasaur, man, poor Bulbasaur. But, then we have Wartortle, Ivysaur, and Charmeleon. But then we have Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. Charizard, you know, he's a dragon, and when the kids were going and looking everyone wanted the dragon. Other people wanted that turtle with the cannons onto his back, Blastoise. And then, I always thought Venusaur had a certain appeal about him that I always liked for whatever reason. I always thought he was really cool for whatever reason. Now, next up we move on to their Mega Evolutions, because they're going to have Mega Evolutions and such. But anyway, now, let me think. There's Charizard X and Y. So, X is black dragon with blue flames, and there's also some blue flames coming out of his mouth. The Y one is just a sharper, spikier version of a Charizard, pretty much. Blastoise looks a lot smoother to me, and he has those two cannons on his arms, and he has an enormous cannon on his back. Then Venusaur, he gets slightly upgraded just with a flower on his head and on his back a little bit. I hope that that's going to be the X exclusive, and the Y one's going to look really awesome if they do that, but, another thing, are you going to get X or Y? I'm getting Y, personally. But anyway, now, here are my reasons for picking, Y over X. Number 1, Yveltal. That's the only reason I'm picking Y over X. Because, sure, Mega Mewtwo and Mega Charizard probably look cooler in X. And, you do get, Clauncher, and we only get Skrelp. And then, Spritzee and Swirlix just both suck. Not suck, but they don't look as cool, so it doesn't matter. But X just sounds cooler. So, you guys get the two, out of the two Mega Forms that were revealed to have, each exclusives, you guys get the better ones who like X. You guys get Clauncher. You guys get, the cooler sounding name. But you know what we get? We get Yveltal. That's what I think about. I'm sure you're going to be able to, obviously you could trade Clauncher. And the name doesn't even matter, really, but I'm sure you're going to be able to trade Claunchers for Skrelps. I'm sure there's going to be lots of trades with that. And then, I hope that you're able to find more than one Mega Stone, because then you could trade X and Y. Hopefully they're tradable, and then there's more than one. Otherwise, I'll be kind of mad, unless if someone really hates it. If someone really, for some reason, hates Charizard X and they want Y, okay, I'll take it. But then I'd probably then want Y, but I'll eventually get X anyway, so I don't care. I just want Y to start, and yes, I'm going to Midnight Lunch. I think I said that earlier, I don't know. But, this new game, they're taking so many risks, but they should have done this, because the risks that they're taking are really good risks. Here's some of the risks. I have, probably a good few. Well, let's see here. Let me think for a second. Well, let's see. What risks are they taking? Well, I don't know, really. What risks are they even taking anyway? I got a fourth one. I wanted 4 for whatever reason. Or no, 5. Now I have a 5th one. But anyway, the Pokemon of Me. Pokemon of Me kind of has a lot of controversy, but I think it's pretty cool. Because a lot of people are saying it's really stupid, but I think it's kind of cool. How you could interact with your Pokemon. Another risk they're taking is, making the whole game 3D, which I'm kinda meh. I can care less. It's a Pokemon game. I've always been used to sprites, but, whatever. I'm fine with it. Next up would be the Fairy type. That's a big risk right there that they're taking. Adding in a new type, ooh, that's a tough one, but I think they're gonna be pansies, but whatever. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see how they turn out. Another risk that they're taking is making every starter have a second, type to it. there's always been your traditional water, grass, fire starters, but this time the water is probably going to be water fighting. It's rumored that the grass is going to be grass dark, and then obviously the fire is the fire psychic, but... And then the last risk is mega evolutions. They never done anything like that. I mean, there's always been forms, but usually forms just... You get the form, like, you either do like something or give it an item and it gets that next form, or you evolve something and it evolves permanently. But there's never been anything like mega evolutions where you give it an item and you could activate it during battle, and then it goes and transforms and then it turns back to how it was after. But I personally think that they're all really good ideas, because a lot of little kids, to attract little kids, I think it is a good thing to put it in like non-sprite, because what do little kids want nowadays? Graphics. I really like the sprites better, but you know, hey, if it gets them more money, they can do more stuff, right? That's what I think. Fairy, I think it's good to add a new type into the mix, just not fairy, unless it ends up being really cool. It does stop that dragon against dragon is super effective though, which is good. But anyway, I really like the second elements with the type, or second typing. What am I saying? Second types with every starter, or I think they'll be with every starter. But I mean, they've done this before, but not every Pokemon had it. So I think it's pretty cool. Now, with the Mega Evolutions, that's a great idea. Having a Pokemon that has a special form, looks really cool, has a different ability or a different type, or maybe both. So, yeah, that's really cool to have that. So, yeah, I think that's really cool. And Pokemon to me, they've had little interactions before, but nothing like this. But that's really cool. Oh, and then another one is making your own person. Now, that's great. Finally, I don't have to look like everyone else, and now I can actually make my own skin tone, which will probably be white, because it's either you have a really dark, kind of in the middle, but it still doesn't look like my skin tone. I think there's only 3 of them, and then there's the really light one. Because I'm not that as dark as the middle one, but I'm not as light as the light one. I'm kind of in between. I mean, here's my skin. Yeah, the lighting's kind of bad, so you can't really see my skin color that good. It looks really white actually in this lighting, but whatever. But finally, you could change your clothes and stuff, and you could look awesome. Yeah. Anyway, please look at my my Minecraft 4 City tour, my original one that came out early June. And I have, or I could just tell you it, but if you don't believe me, go to that video, because I have a bridge there called the Kalos River Bridge before the name, the Kalos region, was even out yet. Yes, I named something the Kalos River Bridge before the Kalos region was invented. Well, it was invented, but there was never a name for the region yet. But yeah, that's just kind of weird. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about. So, what's your team going to be? What version are you getting? What starters are you picking? Please, tell me. Tell me, please. But anyway, that's all. So comment, thumbs up, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.